Alrighty, we're back.
Our review
Just
of
finished
K.G.F.
the much
one.
anticipated or
Hotly
not anticipated.
contested. Like
Whoa.
the war of comments was insane.
I'm like worn out after watching that movie because of all the cuts.
There
I'm
was
like,
so much
I'm trying to
cutting.
keep up.
There was machine
Wow.
guns. There was yeah.
It was the John Wick the Indian John Wick, I would say.
That's
But with
fair.
a lot more
with a-
quick cuts because
Right.
John Wick had
Right.
long shots. They didn't have
So
quite as many.
that was definitely an
A
issue.
style
was
choice.
How
Yeah.
quickly they cut it, because it's definitely a style choice.
So-
it was so quick. It was hard.
Yeah.
Maybe it's our fault though, because we are trying to
we're
read
used to-
subtitles.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Well, that was
we're
tough.
doing two things at once. We're
Right.
trying to read and trying to view
So
what's
if you were
happening.
just listening to it, you could watch all these cool visuals probably better. But
Yeah.
since we're trying to read and then also watch and read and watch and read and watch, it got a little bit more.
There was
Yeah.
exposition that just flew by, and they tried to
Yes.
cram it in super fast.
Yeah.
right.
And
yeah.
it's like,
no.
and it's like, hey,
It
we
was
got to
like-
get to the action. Let's get this
I was like-
exposition out of the way.
Right from the start, it was like boom, boom, boom. They were like saying so many things. and I
That
was like,
first
what's
hour
happening?
and a half like flew by. I was like,
Yeah.
holy crap! We've been like at a nonstop move.
The cuts
Yeah.
did make it feel like faster. Like it felt
It
like
did,
it was
yeah.
moving faster. But there were some shots that I wish they would have lingered on, like in the desert.
right. For sure.
They
A ton
had
of
some really cool like top-down shots that should have been longer, and it was only like a few seconds. I don't know. That's just my opinion,
Yeah.
but I thought,
Man, what an interesting movie.
yeah, I don't
So,
even know where to begin.
I don't know where
It's-
you got what you guys thought, but the first hour and a half is really silly, like just
Yeah.
silly in
Yeah.
how
Right.
crazy it is.
Right.
So I was like, wow, this is just insane, and it's like I love a good action movie, but
Right.
it was like, wow, this is so silly. Like when he meets the girl drunk or whatever, and
I know.
just,
Oh, it
That
was
was
pretty
wild.
cheesy. And the
Ridiculous
one line where
lines,
he's like,
ridiculous.
I am
He's
your
like,
dad or
yeah.
whatever.
But while
Yeah.
cheesy,
And lick-
entertaining.
it was fair enough. It was
Entertaining.
entertaining.
What about,
it was
licking
pretty
the
terrible,
pickle?
but it was
Dude, I mean,
entertaining.
greatest line.
That was
And
such
the
a-
bodies were flying at like 50 miles per hour
yeah.
after he punches them.
Right.
So we got that vibe like, oh man, this might be pretty,
Dumb.
like, who knows? Yeah, it was
Yeah.
pretty dumb, and it's like, oh man. But then the story picks up,
Yes.
and then the logical, like, oh, he's coming back to his,
Right.
the place
Yup.
where he's born, and
Yes.
just kind of like
Yes.
getting
Yup.
out of the shackles.
Right.
Yeah.
And then the promise of more political machinations or
Right.
Yeah, I mean
Yeah.
it could get kind of
It's-
interesting too. It
It
sets
built
the
up
table
for
well.
a
Yeah.
second film pretty well.
Yeah, I know that this is it's a very hotly contested.
Right, what's hotly
Yeah.
contested? That's
Right.
our
Lots
question
of-
because
Yeah.
for us it's like, okay, it's just it was certainly extremely silly the first
Right,
hour and
right,
a half
right,
or
right,
whatever.
right.
Yeah.
And then it kind of mellows out and it's like, oh, this is kind of cool.
And I would also
Like,
say
there's some-
the romance and love interest
Oh, yeah, we
stuff
don't know
with
what's
Right,
happening.
right.
Rocky, like that was very.
It was
I don't even know
entertaining.
why
It was the so bad
that
it's
was
good
even there.
type
Yeah.
thing, like
Sure,
multiple
yeah.
like songs.
Well, but
or-
then they made it seem like the relationship was like, oh, they're lovers now, and I was like,
Okay, when did that
no, like, okay, sure, he helped that one lady in the street, and then she's like suddenly in love with him.
I know.
It's like,
that was
it's,
odd.
It's
there
silly.
was-
It's
There was
you
an
just gotta take
oddness
it.
to that effect, that's for
yeah.
sure.
And then she was like, that one line where she's like, well, if you can reach me, then you can marry
you
me.
can touch me or something
Yeah,
like that. Yeah.
there was. I don't know
There's
if
some
the
so
translation
the subtitles
is
are
off,
really
but-
good for this. Which,
Yes, man, they
But-
worked overtime to get it going.
There was a
The blue
lot. They were
screen is
fantastic.
there.
If those subtitles were off by anything, we would be screwed.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
know.
For the
Because they were
timings,
talking so fast,
it
the
was-
cuts were so quick.
Yeah,
I
we
know,
had
I know.
great subtitles, so thank you whoever translated.
Exactly.
Excellent job.
Yep,
But
thank you.
there were some interesting translations.
Yeah,
We need
a
to
few
know what the.
interesting
I
ones.
can't remember what the exact translation was, but it was something about a pickle.
Yeah.
And we need to understand
what did he
what
say
the
about
heck
Yes,
they mean.
yes.
by
Bottomed out,
Drink
each-
it all up
bottomed
and
or
lick the
something,
pickle or
like-
something like
yeah,
that.
it was really strange.
Is that a drink
near the beginning
reference?
of the
I have no
Maybe
idea.
they put
I
pickles
think it
in their
is.
drinks,
I think
right?
he was
Oh,
talking
possibly.
about drinks. or
It
whatever.
was. It sounded
But-
very strange.
The context was very odd. Hang on. Let's just do the little bang. Look at that. Isn't that cool? See, now we're looking at each other because before we weren't. But yeah, I had to do a little correct. But anyways, it was crazy.
It was definitely
there was
crazy.
lots of pickles. There was like a bee reference as well that I remember being confused about a bee and nectar.
That was in the song.
I don't know. I just didn't understand
it.
Yeah. There were quite a few references. They spoke in very interesting, like grandiose, like proverbs.
Definitely.
Like,
it was
if
very.
This is the world will be yours.
Right.
Like,
Yeah.
It was pretty. It was pretty
one
fun.
does not go looking for that which he does not know. You know, like, and you're like, wait, what?
Yeah,
and
you're like, oh wow, that's cool. I wonder if the
some
subtitle person had a little more like leeway,
maybe
when they were translating
that'd
to
be
make this pretty cool. I liked it. Really enjoyed the translation though. It was pretty fun.
Well, I thought it was a fun. Like, here's the thing. Like, the beginning was funny. It was really dumb, but it was really funny. Mm-hmm. But then it really kind of, and I don't think that happens a lot in movies where it's like not so serious. Normally I feel like it kind of falls apart at the end of a movie.
Yeah,
but. It was like kind of silly at the beginning.
Yeah, it's like, okay, I can see the story now.
Yeah, it got our chuckles out at the beginning.
It's still like going by at random cuts, like random scene cuts. It's like, okay, you didn't.
Yeah,
need to
it
do
got.
That,
I don't know. So with all the cuts, like the story got really confusing for me, or like where they were at.
We're trying to track
story.
the people in the story.
And we are.
That was definitely a negative for me because I couldn't. It was so hard to like track all the different players, like there's the five main guys protecting K.G.F.
But there's like seven people.
But then and then they kept they were introducing more people, and then like I didn't really understand why the one guy killed the father, the main leader, by like just. What was it? He's like suffocated him with the pillow or whatever.
Right.
And that was like, okay, so wait.
Yeah.
There was the connections between that guy and all the other guys. Like, I'm like, wait, who's in
so
charge
that was
here?
the big
What's
reveal. I think was that I don't know
cuts
if I'm
were
right.
so quick,
I don't know if I'm right.
Why are we?
I think what that said is that when that old guy died, there's two heirs. There's Gupta.
There was,
and then there's the brother.
The old guy picked
his brother.
One, right? Yeah.
Right.
Because his brother he thought doesn't care about anything. Right.
Time.
Brother and then Gupta. And guys, if I'm wrong, forgive me.
I don't think his name is Gupta.
Well, whatever. They got at the end, right? They whopped Gupta.
Yeah.
He climbed out of the depths of the water.
But in the beginning, right when they said that, the brother they thought had died. Okay. There was like a million cuts where it showed that like, hey, and Gupta killed the brother.
Oh yeah.
So that Gupta would take the throne.
Yeah.
But he couldn't until that guy died.
Yeah.
Then he was successor.
So that other guy did his work for him.
Secretly didn't die. Oh. So the brother. So there's the brother and there's Gupta, right? Yeah. And Gupta apparently killed the brother in a car bomb.
Yeah.
But that didn't happen. Oh. He was hiding his identity as like some random guard, and then revealed himself later.
Okay, and so he was the one who killed the father.
Killed his father so that he could take the throne.
Okay,
I think. I don't know.
I mean,
I think that's what it was.
We might be wrong in that,
but or something like that for the plot.
Yeah, but that's the one thing. It's like it was pretty hard to follow.
Hard to follow because it was so.
But here's the thing, though. I get why it got hate, but like it was a fun movie. Like
there were some cool action sequences.
Yeah, like what's the worst? Like what really grinds your gears, basically?
Yeah, like guys, why did you really not like it? Was it because it was too cheesy for you? Because I thought that was fun.
Totally, yeah. It's understandable that it's silly or whatever, but it's a fun movie.
Yeah,
and we were entertained.
Because like John Wick, even like if you're coming to that with that, like. You think about John Wick. John Wick, you're not there for like intense story. Absolutely. You're there for like him shooting.
Yeah. To be fair, John Wick, the action sequences are so much better because obviously the time it takes, the long shots, the choreography, etc. But that's not to say that this one had some pretty awesome shots
they just moved past them very quickly.
I know.
And like even the set, we were talking about the set design. It felt like Mad Max, and in the desert. Once it got to the desert, I feel like it just the overall quality improved.
I actually feel that way too. I don't know if maybe because I don't know what happened, but it definitely felt like it was improving.
They were just kind of like he was just kind of like chilling, doing random stuff for the first hour and a half to establish how cool this dude is.
Well, and I liked both parts differently. Like, I liked the first part because it was so silly. and it's not like a good movie, but it's like, but like you don't want like a great steak dinner every night. You know?
Yeah.
Sometimes you just kind of want like a...
You want
like,
the mac and cheese.
You just want like something that's delicious.
Yeah.
You want the McDonald's, you know? You want the... something.
Sure.
You want the Chick-fil-A sandwich, you know? Like, you don't want like the healthy stuff, you know? So I feel like... I feel like the beginning part, I think the first part was silly, which I didn't hate. And then the ending was like really good story, which I thought was cool.
It was interesting, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't my favorite movie, but I don't know. No. I didn't see how it got so much hate in the comments.
I'd say this is a little bit better than the first Bahubali. Maybe?
Ooh, I don't know.
Quality.
Well,
yeah.
But in like
with
CGI.
visual effects and stuff.
True,
but
yeah.
I like the story of Bahubali.
Yeah.
Bahubali, I think, was a better... I think they told the story better because it was more...
Because there weren't as many quick cuts. No,
yes.
I gotta stop referencing
the quick cuts are pretty...
Sorry, guys.
Well,
I know
it was a simpler story, which there is something to be said about a simpler plot because if it's too complicated...
Yeah. Oh, I mean, I love Bahubali Chapter 2, which actually makes...
But remember the end of Bahubali 1, or like the battle at the end of Bahubali,
that was
the first
impressive.
one.
That was pretty
sweet.
cool.
Yeah, they was just the first, like...
You know what? We should rewatch it and react to it.
Yeah, if you guys want us to react to it,
maybe
vote on it in the Google Form.
We gotta get Tom in here. We gotta get Tom in here.
Yeah, we should bring... We'll have to bring someone on.
Right. We're thinking about, guys, maybe setting up a Patreon or something like that, just because YouTube has been killing us on videos.
Copyright stuff.
It's hard to get stuff on YouTube just because they get super annoyed. So
for full react,
those are appropriate sunglasses for this review, by the way, Mike.
Yeah.
You got to include that in the thumbnail.
Right.
That has to be
okay, that'll be in the thumbnail.
With the t-shirt.
Yeah, with the RRR t-shirt.
Guys, if you do want it, though, let us know. Pop it in the poll or something like that.
Yeah, we'll
if
get
you guys
some polls
going
if you want to, Patreon page for the
for
full react videos.
Let us know your favorite way to consume, I guess, reviews / reactions too, because I know everyone will like different methods.
Yeah, we've heard some people like the reviews more than
that's why
the long reactions.
Yeah, we provide the full reaction for those who want it.
Yep.
That's the idea.
Yeah. But before we end the podcast, what's our ratings?
Oh yeah, ratings.
Because I don't think I liked it quite as much as you
I gotta
guys.
rate it.
I love the action was good. There were some fun lines.
I think I think I know what everyone's gonna rate it. We should do this again.
Wait, really? No, we're not gonna do the same.
I don't think everyone's gonna do the same.
All right, on the count of 3. Okay.
We all gotta just do our rating.
Everybody think about it. Has everybody thought about it? Hang on, let me find it first. All right, everybody, on the count of 3.
Okay.
1, 2, 3.
3 out of 5. Wait, what?
Told you, James. Come on.
You guys were praising it a lot more than I was.
Michael, I thought
3 out of 5. I thought 3 was low.
I thought you would give it a 3.5.
I think 3. I gave like other movies 3.5.
Yeah. I just thought you guys. It seemed like you guys liked it more.
Well, I mean, it was just because I think a movie is entertaining doesn't mean I rate it high. You know, like. I thought it was entertaining and fun, but that doesn't make
it was fun to react to.
I don't know. This one's a very high on IMDb, so it's definitely a very like a case where it's like, ooh, this.
Yeah, we can see that where it's like it's 8.2, and that's definitely.
I really like the testosterone in these movies.
Oh yeah,
so that's what I liked about a lot of this style.
Oh, there was a lot of really cool shots. It's pretty. Where he was wearing his sunglasses.
You just gotta laugh.
Oh yes, at the beginning when he's like chained up, he's like, "Bro." That's what I love. That I'm there for that. Yeah. It reminded me of Rajamouli a little bit. You know?
Yeah.
But the detractor for me of why it wasn't like a higher rating would really just be the editing almost.
The cuts, and I would say the story seems a little convoluted too.
Yeah,
but that I think
did have to do with the cuts.
I think you could have told the story better to make it more.
Yeah,
because you could have told it.
Yeah, I would say also like the characters. I mean, not that you're expecting great character development.
Yeah,
but
there wasn't a lot of character
development
at all.
Yeah, really. I mean, and the main character, you warm up to him at the end, which is what I did. But the first half of the movie, he's just silly and like.
Yeah,
there's nothing to him.
Right.
And so then you get the story and the flashbacks, and it's kind of like he maybe is more serious, and because he was just pretty silly.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So
the development
basically just his appearance was what was holding us at like the manliness.
It
wasn't his personality.
No.
His personality
was just like, I'm your dad, and I'm like, what?
It's like, what are you trying to do, bro?
So like that, it kept me there for the first part, was just his masculinity, pickle licking masculinity.
Michael is a married man, by the way.
But the second half, it really kind of showed more of the acting side. But I will say, the second half also completely like threw in that weird relationship subplot, which I didn't think was necessary.
It was not.
But I feel like a lot of these movies do that, where they put a love interest in the movie.
Yeah, although I feel like the movies we've seen before this have done it a lot better.
Well, yeah,
like,
exactly.
With more character development, more.
Right, because like even like RRR, which is really silly in some.
But
points,
that's still
like,
the
it's
still developed. The characters much more.
Yeah. So there is definitely a comparison.
Well,
but
RRR is like a contrast between two, whereas this is just like one guy kind of in the past.
He's got to hold it, and I don't think he can hold the movie together entirely.
I don't know. I mean, are we planning on watching part 2?
Well, the vote was for 1 and 2, so we
are.
Yeah, I'm interested. I'm actually interested.
I am too in the plot, in like to see where it goes.
Yeah, it seems
and
like
maybe
it'll could go up from here.
Maybe the second.
It is 1 point higher than IMDb.
Okay,
for the second one. But we'll
overall,
see.
Like, the cinematography and I suppose some of the shots were good and it looked pretty good. Like,
it looked clean. Yeah. Well, and this, I just realized K.G.F. Chapter 2 came out in 2022.
Yeah.
Wow.
So
dude, like this
was actually out in some U.S. theaters back in the
really?
So I'm pumped.
Well, that was before we got in the zone Indian movies.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I'm down.
Then there's supposed to be a third one, I think, is what they're making a third one.
Well,
at least that's what IMDb showed. But
we'll see how the second one ends.
We'll get back to you on the second one. We'll react to that one.
It was fine and entertaining. That's the key word.
I kind of wanted to. I was thinking I was gonna like it less than I did. Okay. I was expecting not to like it as much as I did. Then because of all the comments were like, this is a horrible movie.
Yeah.
And then I watched it, I was like, well, come on, guys. I mean, it's kind of fun at parts, you know?
Yeah, it definitely has
I guess a lot of it, too, was I set my expectations really low. And then it went up to like, this was fun.
It's silly. It's worth reacting to, I feel like, because it's like, there's some funny stuff.
Now, guys, what movie should we watch next? In the polls, that's the thing. And what movie do you want us to react to? Comment below.
After the K.G.F. 2, we'll have to.
Yes.
There's a couple.
And let's be. Should we just say let's be nicer in the comments towards people? Got a little bit rowdy on this K.G.F. fiasco.
Yeah.
But yes.
But we hope that calms down a little bit. For future voting.
Right. Exactly.
We got a couple interesting. Dark horse races. I feel like we have the Gangs of Wasseypur.
Yep.
Which I think, despite everyone,
also Giant hasn't even been like voted.
No one cares. No one's done with it.
That's like in the
what
back.
Was the one recently?
The highest rated one is the one we can't watch.
I know. Amos, I saw that one.
That one has got on the.
There's some interesting. 5. Yeah, people are really
super deluxe.
So I'm excited because we've kind of gone back and forth between more traditional, like maybe close to Western style Indian films, and then back to maybe cult classics, and then back to kind of like entertaining, like this one. I would say I'd put this one into like the category of Bahubali and RR to an extent.
Blockbuster type movies, exactly.
And then on to Haunted.
That
was really I thought that was just really good. And Lunchbox obviously was fantastic.
Lunchbox is very American style. Totally.
So we're getting a flavor.
A lot. We've seen a variety.
Right.
And with K.G.F, it's like maybe with some of the negative comments and stuff, people have probably seen so many movies like this.
Yeah,
in India.
I think it would
K.G.F.
is
probably
get old.
KGF, that style might be like a standard.
But we're not used to that. We're like loving it.
Yeah, that's why.
Wow.
Disclaimer. Yeah, this is like a first for us. That's why we are enjoying.
We're not used to this style of movie
more. And maybe that's why.
RRR is probably the closest.
That's the closest.
We were blown away.
RRR was incredible, fantastic. This was on a lower level for sure, but still like entertaining in quite a few parts.
Right.
But But yeah, that's kind of why this is all still really new for us. So we're
wow,
this is like, whoa, these crazy action sequences.
Also,
like the songs,
Right. Speaking of missed things, I was in the editing booth, by the way, recently, editing away at the Yuri, which you guys have already seen. And if you haven't seen our Yuri reaction, go watch it.
Oh yeah, check it out.
We missed like a whole end scene sequence.
What?
There was after credit scene. That was like 6 minutes long.
6 minutes?
Oh my gosh! How could we?
I don't know.
Have caught
but
that?
Dude, I was like, why is the movie so long? And I went to it. I was like, oh crap! There's like a whole like end scene credit
after the credits.
Oh my gosh! So I want to actually quick check this movie and see, because now I'm worried that maybe we're missing him.
Oh, there's only a minute.
I forgot. I thought.
Okay, we're not.
Okay.
But anyway,
so
I guess we apologize for missing that.
Yeah, sorry about that.
Wow.
We will check from now on.
Yes, we'll check the very end of the movie.
Interesting. So. Was it like set up for a sequel or something?
No, it just was kind of like a he gets home on the chopper, because at the end of the movie he was just like and that was it. But he gets back home and like there's medals and stuff, I think.
Interesting.
Anyway,
cool.
Well, guys, we love you.
Well, thanks for joining us. We'll be back next week.
Please don't be mad at us for liking this.
Yeah. Please keep the comments nice.
All right. Bye.